Hi friends, welcome to another episode of A Day With Me, but there is something different today.
An outbreak of rare but deadly Nipah virus has been detected in Kerala.
അവിടങ്ങളിൽ എല്ലാ വാണിജ്യ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങൾക്കും നിപ പ്രോട്ടോകോൾ പാലിച്ച്
Said to be 70% more fatal than COVID-19.
Yes, you heard that right. The news of Nipah outbreak caused our college to grant us a 1-week leave, which meant that we get to relive the COVID days once again. By the way, if you don't know me yet, I am Omer Mohammed, a final year Mbbs student studying at Government Medical College, Calicut. If you haven't subscribed yet, do hit the subscribe button and like this video for more such content. It's 8:30 in the morning and I'm already late for our class, but since it's online, it's just going to be fine. So let's get into that first session. Nipah virus is a zoonotic disease transmitted from infected animals such as bats or pigs to human beings. The problem with the disease like Nipah is its high mortality rate. Individuals who develop Nipah has a high risk of developing fatal complications such as respiratory illness or fatal inflammation of a brain called as encephalitis. Attending the online classes took me back to 2022. Those COVID days where we thought we were going to be home for just a few days, but unexpectedly took a whole year from us. So what's my plan for this week? Well, mostly this week I'll be spending indoors, and my plan is actually to focus on the first and second year subjects because I was really wanting to do those subjects once again just to revise them, and this seems to be the perfect opportunity because for the next 1 week I'm going to be absolutely free. I'm going to be at home, so it gives me a lot of time to study. So I'll just try and utilize that to complete the first and second year subjects. Today's session was regarding congenital heart diseases in pediatrics. When babies are born with heart diseases, it is necessary to examine the whole body because there might be an underlying genetic disorder associated with it. I like to take my notes on my iPad while taking classes, and if you're interested to know how I take my notes, I have done a video on that on my channel. You can just check that out. The link is in the description below. So we are done with the online class today, and I'd say it was kind of boring, not because the faculties were bad, they were actually sincere, but the problem is I just don't like these online classes. I just don't have that much attention to sit for 1 and 2 hours straight for an online class unless it's me personally deciding myself to watch videos or attend online classes myself. After the prayer was done, I was back at the table again. My plan for the day is to revise the entire gastrointestinal system. This meant that I had to learn the physiology, anatomy, pathology and pharmacology of GIT. And for this, I started with the marrow revision videos which cover each segment of GIT in just an hour. I'm going through my 9th semester right now, which is the final one in our MBBS course, and getting a 1-week leave at this stage is actually not that useful. Most of us just want to get back to the clinics. The main reason is that whatever we learn from clinics, they can only be learned from clinics. They cannot be learned from textbooks. No matter how much you read a textbook or no matter how much you listen simply to your professors telling you things, they're not going to stay in your memory for so long. If you ask me what I actually remember from studying 4 years of MBBS, it's not the textbooks that I can recollect, but I can genuinely recollect the cases which I saw, the things which I saw on the OPD, the procedures that we saw. I still remember that spending 2 to 3 days in casualty during my second year, it had so much impact on me that I still remember the 3rd-degree burns I saw. I still remember the patient whose scalp I had the opportunity to see. I still remember the suicide case of a minor which just came into the casualty and was brought dead, and so many other cases. But the point is, we tend to remember whatever we see in the wards. As for the theory part, it is really important. Simply seeing these cases is not enough. To be a good clinical doctor, to be a good clinician, it is important to balance out your theory knowledge with your practical knowledge. One of them is strong and the other one is poor, you're not going to make it as a good clinician. Right now, everyone is just interested to get back to the clinics. No one really wants these holidays because this is our last semester and this is the last time we are able to go to these postings. We have been having medicine postings, surgery posting, pediatrics postings right from our second year. We had them during our 3rd year, but during those days it was just, it was just a chill posting. None of us were actually serious. Second year was all about trying to know where the things are, where the wards are, where the OPs are, where the surgery OTs are. It was just that. There wasn't any serious learning. 3rd year, some of us started seriously learning, most of them did not. But final year, at this point of time, everyone has understood that now it is the time to start studying because there is so much volume to be learned, both from the side of theory and from the side of practicals, that losing 1 week is actually a big miss. With that said, it was time for me to take a break and refresh myself before I come back for another study. I have a football match in the evening, but before that I just wanted to complete revising my pharmacology and anatomy of GIT. My goal was to just simply watch those videos and make the notes wherever they were worth taking down so that I could just revise everything after the match. Having studied adequately, it was time to enter into the most awaited activity of the day. I try to play football at least once a week, but to be honest with you, most often it does not happen. I just don't know why. Life just gets in the way. But nevertheless, whenever you are on the field, it is one of those moments where you just forget everything and truly enjoy that moment. I'm gonna start with the gastrointestinal system review, and the resource that I'll be using is this one, which is the first aid. I wanted to just revise whatever I had learned the entire day, so my plan was to complete first aid of gastrointestinal system. Now, first aid is one of the most amazing resources out in the market. No matter which exam you're preparing for, whether it is NEXT or USMLE, first aid just has a lot of high yield material which is excellent to review what you learned in the past. Before ending this day, I just tried to edit some shorts which has to be uploaded on this channel, and also just checked out on the new AI tools which have been released in the market. AI has genuinely changed the game of content creation, but the downside is most of these resources are simply expensive. So I guess that's it for this day. I was healthy, fulfilled my prayers, worked on my studies, and had some fun on the evening, which meant that today was a good day, and that's what truly matters.